If you followed the Scout with Bryan YouTube channel for long, you know my videos don't have sound effects, special effects, or a whole lot of flair. Kind of similar to the Indiana Pacers basketball team, who you very likely have been sleeping on. They've been called a little boring. You might not love watching them, but you should. They are playing great basketball at 13-7, even without Victor Oladipo. Personally, despite a few of the people picking them to miss the playoffs or doubting them preseason, I had them winning 50 games. They're on pace to win even more than that without Vic so far. Let's take a look at how the Indiana Pacers are playing so well, and again, why you should wake up if you haven't been paying close attention to them. First of all, only San Antonio gets more of their points from the mid-range. Houston takes over 50% of their shots from three. Indy takes under 30% of theirs. They are a team that just plays basketball, and they will take the open shot. You see Jeremy Lamb, he's become a really efficient mid-range pull-up shooter. There's a lot of teams in the league that flat out will not take that shot. Nate McMillan is obviously a believer. If you have an open shot, shoot it. Lamb's pretty good at that floater, too, in that 5-6 foot area. They just read the game. Sabonis sets great screens for all their pick-and-roll ball handlers. You see Lamb again with the floater there. They have a lot of guys who are really effective. TJ McConnell, another great mid-range shooter. Very rarely, if ever, will take a three, but when he gets to his spots and elevates from the mid-range, he comes in, runs the second unit really well, plays scrappy defense, gets to his spot, rises up, and scores. No one on the team is even making two three-pointers a game. That might be the only team in the league to have that. Aaron Holiday, another Holiday brother, coming in, thriving in the mid-range as well. Plays capable backup point in a few of the games that Brogdon's been out. They've done a great job with player development, getting these guys in good spots to be successful, and these guys are thriving. And then Brogdon, like I mentioned, he's playing great basketball, and he's got a great chemistry with Sabonis, who, you guessed it, is killing from the mid-range as well. They are one of the most effective mid-range shooting teams in the league. They destroyed Memphis all night long. Brogdon, you see, just so good at putting pressure on the defense, drawing two defenders. When he draws two, he's got Sabonis, who, again, gets to his spot. Not a great three-point shooter, but he knows he can get to his spot at mid-range, and he shoots the heck out of the ball from those spots. Brogdon averaging a career-high 8 assists a game. His assists have exploded. Big reason for that, once again, Nate McMillan letting them play basketball. Does a great job with this simple pocket pass. Man's on his back, creates a little pocket. Sabonis, the old-school game, pick and pop, 17-footer, not dead. They're in the top half in the league in offensive rating. When the rest of the league is zigging, they're zagging. Sabonis playing that old-school post-up game as well. Fewest free throw attempts, bottom 8 in pace, bottom 3 in three-point attempts and makes. Doesn't matter. They find a way to score. They get in the right spots. They do what they do well. They don't try to be something they're not. You see Sabonis playing in the post. He might have, for a guy who's maybe 6'10", I think, in real height, one of the best old-school post-up games, one of the most effective real post-up games in the league. Talking about real moves, a whole bunch of different things that he's got in the post, really sophisticated. Embiid's up there. Sabonis just has so much feel down low. Look at Rudy Gobert, even the defensive player of the year. Sabonis faces him up first, bangs with him, shot fake, ends up going up with the right hand. He's really, really effective down there. He's a bruiser. He's outside. He's mid-range. He's a passer. He can hard roll when he needs to. He can finish on you. He can soft roll, finish with some touch. He does just about everything. As you see, they bring Lamb into the high pick and roll here. And this time, where's the pocket? He's going to rescreen him. Now the pocket is for that little floater right there where he's got phenomenal touch, again, from that 6 to 7 foot range. Again, rolling behind, that chemistry with Brogdon. They have, in a short amount of time, developed a great chemistry, and why Brogdon might be, again, one of the most improved players in the league, playing phenomenal basketball in Oladipo's absence. Getting to run the show, getting the full-time role as the guy, as the point guard, and he's stepping up. He's earning every penny of that contract and probably making Milwaukee second-guess themselves a little bit as you see the running hook with the left hand. He is crafty. He is super fundamental, and that's basically the identity of a Nate McMillan team. Again, they play fundamental basketball. They set good screens. As you see Sabonis set this corner pick and roll here. They come off the screens hard. They attack the basket. Doesn't matter if it's Rudy Gobert. Strong right-hand finish again. Brogdon uses his body so well, uses his size, manipulates, changes speeds. You see him attack away from the screen here. Again, doesn't matter if Rudy Gobert might be coming. Brogdon gets to the rim. frequently with ease. On top of that, you see, again, he's not afraid. He just really knows how to manipulate the screens. When people are talking about Knicks not running plays, all these complicated offenses, look at Indiana. They're running good old-fashioned 14 short with the big man in the short spot, in the dunker spot. All right, so Turner's down there. So few teams in the league run pick and rolls like this. Usually it's all spread with the big outside. Sometimes Turner will be outside, but sometimes, you know what, they just stick him down here. What that creates is there's only one guy on the backside, and he's got to make a decision. Do I come all the way in and help on the roll? And if so, we might have a corner three. And if I don't come in, then Sabonis has got that roll because this guy down here is worried about Turner at the basket. And then what can happen right here is Brogdon manipulates it and reads it so well. If I got my man on my back, I'm just going to keep attacking. Crafty finish at the basket. On top of that, he's got the three ball as well. Even though they're bottom three in attempts, they're top 7 in percentage. Brogdon's one of those guys who can stop on a dime, get his shot off the dribble. A rare skill set from three. Efficient, effective. He's got the mid-range as well, like most of the team. Look at that screen by Sabonis. A little bit of a flop here. But again, good, fundamental, real screens, spin move, extra pass, corner three. T.J. Warren shooting the ball arguably the best of his career. He's been phenomenal as a spacer for them. But of course, he's a mid-range guy too, and has got some extra stuff to his game we'll get to later. But when he gets hot from three, he can space well, he can cut. He can finish in transition. Look at the kick out. Justin Holiday is one of their floor spacers. Like I said, even though it's not their identity, they have shooters. They make shots. They take good threes. They take open threes. They take extra pass threes. Lamb, the only guy who's been slumping a little bit. Doesn't matter. Brogdon will get it back. Find Holiday again for the corner three. Unselfish team. Share the ball. Find the open shot. Play basketball. Eventually, Memphis finally had to take this mid-range away from Sabonis. So you know what happens? When they rotate in and when they take away that mid-range shot, he's not afraid to make that extra pass, one of the better passing bigs in the league. And then Turner is doing a great job, again, playing his role this season. Not a huge, massive role, but he's popping. He's their spacer. Really, that's the way it's worked out for this team, basically. Both the bigs, you know, they play a little bit similar. They've got some things in common, but Turner basically serves as a stretch five. Sabonis serves as the passing four, the rebounding four. Turner's the shot blocker. They actually complement each other pretty well, as you see Turner really stroking the ball again from deep, providing that extra floor spacing that gives guys mid-range shots because he can space the floor, because he's a threat out there, has to be guarded. You see, again, Sabonis, such a good decision maker. When he gets the ball in those short rolls, there's Jeremy Lamb sprinkling one in. I know more shots will start to fall for him. Let's talk about their personnel, too, as you need to know more about this team and who makes them effective. Miles Turner got a little bit of that old school turnaround jumper game in the post. Not super flashy down there, but when they throw him the ball, when he gets going, he can go over either shoulder. Kind of, again, that effective shot, 8, 9, 10 feet. Plays his game. Doug McDermott comes off the bench. This is a skill set. This is shot creation right here. They have basically a McDermott package of plays Nate McMillan will run. I believe this one was an ATO, but you see a really crafty, smart play here. Curls the first one, looking like a stagger. It was a fake stagger, make it look like it's a play. Justin Holiday instead now. McDermott's going to come back off another pin. Great screen by the rookie, great shot. Memphis twist, shot at Andy Bailey here. Another ATO they ran to start the fourth quarter. Defense shoots the gap, gets McDermott at the corner three. Having that luxury off the bench of a guy who's just a deadly shooter off movement, off pin downs, this is a play they'll run for him. Just an elbow hit, usually with Sabonis. Goes into a potential dribble handoff for McDermott. He could back cut. He could fly off it. What ends up happening a lot of times, he's denied so well, and then Sabonis, like I mentioned, averaging almost 4 assists a game, basically their secondary ball handler, great at just reading the game out of those pivots, out of that high post, making great passes. Warren, like I said, has done a great job his whole career, really, but if you like floaters and awkward finishes and runners and weird shots like that, he's your guy. He has a whole lot of that in his game. He can handle in high pick and rolls. Not always going to look all that pretty, but he is strong. He gets physical baskets. He attacks in transition, throws up things with both hands. He is fun to watch play, and again, simple basketball, as you see, kind of a chin type set here. They have a whole bunch of guys who can handle in a little bit of simple pick and roll. and guys who just get to the basket and make the simple, easy play. Again, might be a little boring. I think winning basketball is fun personally. You know what else is fun? Defense. They're one of the best defensive teams in the league. Usually not a huge gambling team. They're bottom 10 in steals, but they're top 8 in defensive rating, top 6 in defensive rebounding percentage, top 5 in not allowing fast break points. Look at their defense here. On this side pick and roll as they get it iced, you talk about 5 guys on a string. Look at everybody pull into the paint to protect against the roll. Warren drops, takes away this pass to the corner. Great team defense. They are locked in. They play together. These are things that you could tell they work on in practice every single day. Look again on this ice pick and roll. Look at the 2 guys from the weak side. Pull in, take away the roll. Look at Brogdon. Keep fighting over the screen. Contest by Warren. Rebound. Finish possessions. Top 5 in the league in not allowing threes. They play disciplined. They don't leave their man unless they have to. They don't do a whole lot of unnecessary switching. They're in help spots. They help on penetration. And then Turner, like I said, he's the shot blocker. Well-coached team, too. I believe it was Dan Burke calling out. He was calling out on this play. Rebound and run, 4-second differential, something like that. So McConnell knows as soon as I get the ball, I got to go. Look at him get to the basket. They are disciplined. They are together. They're a fun team to watch. This is stack pick and roll, one of the hardest plays in the NBA to guard. I've watched 4 or 5 of their games. They defend it as well as anybody. Sabonis fights through the screen, stays with his man. Small helps a little bit, gets back to his man. You see so many teams burned on that play. Indiana fights through it. Look at Sabonis up at the level of the screen. Active hands again. Fight the cutters. Help. Hands. Finish with a contest. If you like complete defensive possessions, again, you got to watch this team. They just battle. Again, it's not something I can tell you is the flashiest thing in the world, but they just compete. They grit. They grind. They represent Indiana basketball pretty well. Miles Turner, again, you see him. If you think you have a free lane to the basket, you probably don't. Look at the physicality here. They get into your body as Utah tries to run this pin down for Mitchell. Look at Lamb. Bump him. Get into him. Look at Brogdon in a good help position. Get in the gap as he drives it. Look at Turner. Verticality. Hands up. Build a wall. Great team defense. And then get it and run. Opportunistic when they have to be or when they can be. Bogdanovich. Look at Warren again. Blow up the screen. Physicality. Hand-to-hand combat. I like defense personally. You don't have to be one of those teams that jacks 43s a game. You can do it with some solid defense. Look at the pulling in again on the pick and roll. Look at the bodies in the paint. Look at this. This was Lamb's guy in the corner, but he was doing his job to help in. So you know what? Brogdon ends up right here. Look at him. Now I can switch onto the ball. Lamb can take this guy in the corner. Stay down. Contest. Look at this. Grown man box out by Sabonis. Get Gobert out of the paint. That's big-time defense. Look at this. I talked about not allowing a lot of threes. Rotate to the shooter. Rotate. Fly him off the three-point line. Stunt at him. Help. Travel. Fly around. Great team defense. Again, sleeping on the Pacers. Time to wake up. Appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you thumb up. Hit that subscribe button. Scout with Bryan on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, pretty much wherever you are. Make sure you follow for the most in-depth basketball coverage, period. If you really liked it, patreon.com/ScoutWithBryan. I'll put right here. We'll have some bonus Pacers footage on there exclusively for patrons. You can get it for even $2 right away. You can unlock 10 bonus videos and a whole lot more. Thanks for watching. Talk soon.